3 weeks before my wedding, a mortgage broker called to congratulate me on the house my fiancé and I had just closed on. I hadn't signed anything. I didn't own a house. And the down payment, $86,000 of my savings, was already gone. My name is Anika, and I am the woman who reads the fine print. I read terms and conditions. I keep every receipt in a labeled folder. Adam used to laugh at it. He said I loved a paper trail more than I loved him. He had no idea how right he was. Adam was easy in a way I am not. Warm, certain, the kind of man who orders for the whole table. When we decided to buy a house together, he found the perfect one, with a closing that had to happen fast. He set up an escrow account for the down payment and asked me to move my savings in, so we'd be ready the second it cleared. I almost did it that same day. Then I did the thing I always do. I read. The escrow account wasn't escrow. It was a personal checking account, opened 6 weeks earlier, in Adam's name only. When I asked him, he had an answer for everything. The title company was slow. This was faster. Didn't I trust him? I said I did. I moved the money. And that is the part I will own for the rest of my life. I saw the thing and I let him explain it away. Once. The broker's call came on a Tuesday. By Tuesday night, I wasn't crying. I was building a folder, bank statements, the fake escrow account, the wire confirmation. And then, because I read everything, I pulled the one record people forget exists, a marriage license, public record. I searched his name 3 counties over, expecting nothing. Adam was already married, had been for 9 years, to a woman named Rebecca, who had no idea she was still his wife. I thought I'd caught a man stealing my down payment. What I'd actually caught was the 3rd draft of the same con. Rebecca wasn't an ex. She was the first one. There had been another woman between us, in another state, who'd invested in a house that never existed and was too ashamed to ever say it out loud. The wedding was never the prize. The wedding was the close. He proposed to women who owned things, set a date, built an account, and collected a down payment that funded the next engagement. So I stopped being the bride and started being the paper trail. I did not confront him. I called my bank's fraud line because the money hadn't moved between 2 people sharing an account. He had induced me to wire my own savings into an account he controlled, and that is fraud in the inducement, not a couple splitting a checkbook. I froze what I could. I filed a police report for theft by deception and one charge that doesn't bend, bigamy, a crime in every state. Then I found Rebecca. I found the woman in the other state. We stopped being 3 embarrassed women and became one timeline. Here is what Adam was counting on me never learning. A marriage to a man who is already married is void, not endable, void, like it never happened. He could not have married me. He was never going to. There was no version of that wedding where I walked away a wife. There was only the version where I walked away $86,000 short and quiet about it. The fine print he never read was the law. It took 11 months. The fraud claim recovered most of my down payment. The rest came out of the float account he'd been living on. Adam took a plea. The bigamy charge is the one that doesn't bend because the records don't lie. Rebecca finally got the divorce she never knew she needed. And the wedding venue, the one thing that was only ever in my name, I kept the deposit and threw a party. Same date, just no groom. Adam wanted a woman who would trust him with everything and check nothing. He proposed to the one who keeps the receipts. I was never the easy mark at that table. I was the one reading the bill. My name is Anika, and I am still standing, 3 weeks out from a wedding that was never real, and the only person in that whole story who never lied. Subscribe for more stories like this.